Welcome back to the Build Your Own Poker Bot series. In this video, we're going to go over how to build your bot, and at the end, you can watch me play my own bot. So to start off, sorry, no source code. I won't be open sourcing this. Normally, I would open source a project like that, but there is a possibility that someone would use it to try and make money, and no, I don't want them to do that. But if you'd like to kind of contribute to this, I am interested in turning this into a software. So email me if you'd like to kind of contribute that. My email should be in the About section of the channel. So I don't know if you have any software design or C++ or Java experience, just send me a message. I kind of want it to be like studying software, not cheat software, but whatever. Okay, so start off when you're building your bot. First thing you're going to choose is which language to use. So the CFR algorithm is mostly array manipulation, adding and dividing, stuff like that. So you should choose your language based on that. If you're using strings as keys into like the node map, for example, you want to choose a language with fast string manipulation as well. And threads are also used. You're going to have to run this on multiple core CPUs at the same time, so just choose that. So C++ is obviously the best option. It's used by every research group. It's the fastest language. But you just use the language you're comfortable with. Java and C# are fine for smaller ones. Now, if you're running a million core hour of the CFR, yeah, you're going to want to go to C++. But other than that, Java is fine. If you're going to use Python or JavaScript, make sure you use JIT. This is just-in-time compiler. This kind of speeds up things like, because JavaScript and Python are usually slow language, so just use that. Okay, so say you've already understand CFR, you've done Coon Poker. I would advise you against going from Coon Poker to Limit Poker. You want to choose a toy game in between. So you're looking for a game that's too big to solve by hand, so you would have to use a computer in order to solve it. So the first one is Leduc Poker or Leduc Poker, and I think of it more like an advanced version of Coon Poker. So in this one, there's 6 cards in the deck, Jack, Queen, King, different suits for each one. There's 2 betting rounds, so each player is dealt 1 card each. There's a betting round after that. 1 community card is revealed. And there's another betting round. So in this one, the highest card wins, and if no pairs, the highest card wins. So if there's a pair of jacks, that will beat king high. King high beats queen. Pair of queens beats pair of jacks, that kind of thing. The other thing you can do is a dice betting game. It's called Dice Poker. So each player secretly rolls the dice, keeps track of the amount. There's a betting round, then you roll a second dice, another betting round, and you sum your total rolls together, the highest roll wins. So you're going to want to use these kind of toy games because they use different betting rounds, stack sizes, pot sizes, that kind of thing. Very similar to poker. So you're going to want to use that to get the structure of your CFR algorithm out. Okay, once you've done that and you're happy with your program, before you actually go on to the full no limit hold'em, you might want to use a smaller variant of poker first. This is to make sure like your hand evaluator, your deck objects, your card objects, as well as your card abstractions make sense. So you're going to start with that. So first one you can do is just flop hold'em. Very similar to Texas Hold'em, but it just stops the flop, so there's no turn at all. So after the end of the flop, both players turn the cards and the highest 5 card wins. Another one is Rhode Island Poker. So each player has 1 pocket card, and it goes all the way to the turn, in which case it ends. So there's 3 betting rounds, and there's usually in this version you use cards 2 to 10, so you're not using the full deck. Last one, Royal Hold'em. It's exactly like Texas Hold'em. The only difference is the deck only contains 10 or higher. So 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace of all 4 suits. And that's just the deck. There's also a variant called short deck poker or Triton poker. I think this is a little too big. You might as well just run this whole thing. You should be able to hit approximate Nash on your own computer before you go onto the cloud. Okay, next I'm going to talk about imperfect recall versus perfect recall. Perfect recall is when players always remember information that was revealed to them in the order in which they revealed. Imperfect recall is when previous information is ignored or kind of hidden together. So for example, say this is your history here. Pre-flop, 2-3 suited, both players check. Goes onto the flop, 2-3 offsuit, and now the flop becomes 5-3 ace. So if you want, you can actually reduce this history and just ignore the first cards. And basically, when you run CFR, you're going to find that the algorithm is going to run this hand and this hand strategically identical. So even if this was 2-3 offsuit on the pre-flop, it wouldn't matter. It would still play it exactly the same. You can actually go one step further and just completely ignore all the actions that were done pre-flop and just kind of store the pot value. This is obviously more dangerous because you don't know which one's the aggressor. Player 1 could be the aggressor, player 2 could be the aggressor, and you don't have that information. So yeah, it's obviously more dangerous. So if you use imperfect recall, you're going to lose the theoretical guarantee that CFR does, and it can actually lower performance. I mean, you're not going to get as strong results, but you're going to see substantial memory decrease, and you're going to hit convergence a lot faster. So best of both worlds you could try is imperfect on the blueprint, and if you're resolving it, make sure you use perfect recall. So evaluating the performance of your bot, a couple different ways of doing it. The simplest one is just play against it. It should win or at least play very logically. Should be betting with good hands, folding with bad hands, that kind of thing like that. The other thing you could do is look at the average regrets. They should approach 0 over time. So bad actions will get very low percentage. So you actually get a very low regret. And as they're 0, 0, 0, as they approach 0, it means you have a good say of what's going on. This one's a little shady, but you can look at the expected value of the game. It'll kind of start stabilizing as it gets closer to Nash. If it kind of starts oscillating around, like say a value like 0.01, 0.01 or whatever, you can still be quite far off from Nash, but it'll kind of map out the general strategy of the game when it does start doing that oscillating around an expected value. Now there's an actual formal way of evaluating a bot's performance. It involves going through each individual information set and then seeing how strong its strategy is against every other possible combination. I haven't really looked into doing this, so I'm not quite sure how to do this. So as far as how long you should train it, CFR converges to approximate Nash at 1 over root T iterations. Now these are full CFR iterations, so every possible pocket card for player 1, possible pocket card for player 2, and every 5 possible community cards or whatever, and including every single bet sizes that they're doing. So all in one iteration. So one full iteration takes quite a while. If you're looking at Nash, it's about 1500. I think that's what the limit poker guys did. They ran it for 1500. I'm not sure. And for Monte Carlo CFR, I just kind of estimated this myself. I estimated how long it would take for one iteration and then just kind of extrapolated that. Obviously not a very formal way of doing it. So on to my bot. So this was trained on the cloud, Google Cloud. I used 16 core CPU and 16 gigs of RAM. Cost me about $4 US, so didn't really break the bank. So lossless abstraction was used for the first two betting rounds, the pre-flop and the flop. This means the value and the suit were shown. On the river and the turn, I bucketed into about 10,000 each, which is very coarse abstraction. First two round, I just played into the blueprint strategy. The first betting round of the turn, I used unsafe subgame solving, and the rest of the game, I used reach max margin, which is an improved version of safe subgame solving. So this one seeks to punish your opponent as much as possible, rather than just do better than the blueprint. And this program can run on my 4-core CPU with 6 gigs of RAM, so not the most powerful CPU, but it's not a very good bot anyways. Okay, so I've got 5-2 offsuited. He checks. 2 pair. I'm gonna bet. No, he folds instantly. With ace high too, I don't know. Okay. Raises 15. I got nothing, don't I? So I'm just gonna fold. He had a pair of 2s. Ace 7 offsuited, check. I'm gonna bet a bit. He re-raises to 20. I'll call. I got nothing. Raises 50, so I don't know. Maybe he has like pocket 8s or something like that. I don't know. I'm just gonna fold. He had nothing. 75% chance of raising 50, huh? 25% chance of folding. I guess bluffing was the way to go. Okay. 2 queen of clubs. Nothing. Raises 100. I have nothing. He had, looks like a flush draw, straight draw. And he wouldn't have got us, so I would have won with queen high, but whatever. King 7 of diamonds. Let's raise 5. Folds. 2-5 off, yeah. 6-4 offsuit, raise 15. No, not interested. King, queen, ace, queen. I'll raise a bit. Okay. 2, 4, 6. I'm gonna raise him. Raise is 75. I have no idea what he would do. Would he do 2, 4, 6? I think he's probably got a low pair. Fold. He had nothing again. 75% chance of going all in. That's the best move. Huh. It works too, so I don't know. He's just bluffing me like crazy. 5, 9, 3. And he gets out of it. 4, 5. Nothing. Raises 50. Okay, so 75% chance of just calling. So I think he's bluffing me again. I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna go all in. See what he does. Calls with a pair of 2s. Oh man. Two-thirds to call with just a 2, huh? We ended up getting tripped, so whatever. I got a bug. Okay, I'm already down like $400. 2 times my original stack, so I gotta do a little better. 3, 4, nothing. Goes all the way 200. Well, I'll fold. Ages to 9. 3, 4. 10, 3 of diamonds. Checks. 25. Oh, whatever. Give me out. Again, he has nothing. Okay. Ace king. Oh, I gotta bog just a second. Okay, so where are we? 6-7 jack. Checks, I'll check. He hit a jack, but there's a queen and king. He just called or checked on the pre-flop, so I think this is the best. I'm gonna do 15, maybe he's got a draw. Now he calls, then he puts me all in. Yeah, jack queen, good fold. Ooh, ladies. And he folds. Jack 6, nothing, nothing. He's been checking the whole way through, so I don't know. No point in really betting now. Jack 10, he won. Good for you. Okay, open-ended straight draw. I'm gonna bet 15. So yeah, okay, he folded, so whatever. 5-4, 6 gave me straight. I don't have a flush draw. Raises 15. No. He had a set. 3 sevens. 9-5. Still checks. I think I might have. Nah. 9-5, whatever. Ace high wins. Okay, ace. Okay. Calls. Maybe he has a queen or a 5. I've only got a 2 kicker, but I think this is good. Let's bet 40. Folds with pocket 9s. Okay. Ooh, I've got the nut flush draw. I don't want to scare him off with the ace. Okay, now I'm gonna like semi bluff. 35. He calls, but now I get a king on the river. If he had an ace, I think he would have raised. So maybe he has got a 7 or 10 or 2. I think he re-raise. He calls with a 10 and I win. Okay, I'm still in the negative, but I don't know. I won a hand. Okay, queen, top pair. Jack and queen is probably going to scare him off. Raises 15. I'm going to re-raise him. He calls. Okay, so I think he does have a queen or a jack. But now I've got 2 pair. So I think I do have the best hand. If I go alone, he's probably going to call. He does call with just a queen. 95% chance of calling. Okay. I want a couple of hands. Let's go. 4-5. Bottom pair. Okay, I think I do have the best hand. He folds. He had nothing. 7-5. I've got an open-ended straight draw. And I hit the straight. He called. So I think he's going to call a bit. I'm going to go all the way to 50. He folds. So what did he have? He had nothing. He probably should have called. 90% chance of folding that time. So yeah, that was a bad fold. Or a bad call on his part. 9 jack. Ooh, open-ended and top pair. I'm going to bet that. Folds. Damn. Jack 4. I've got an open-ended, but I've got like the bottom end. 4. Raises 25. So if an 8 does come up, is that probably going to be the best hand? 3 diamonds. Not liking my position right now. 87, I'm going to fold that. Just had a pair of 5s and I guess a flush draw. And he would have hit 2 pair, but whatever. So I'm actually, yeah, whatever. Raises 25, fold. He had absolutely nothing. Goes all in on absolutely no. Okay, well, that's an easy fold. Yeah, an ace. 5-2, I've got a pair of 2s. I bet 15. I don't think he has the jack. Wonder if I could bluff this right now. I'm actually starting to regret that call. I should have just folded. But he's been raising me with absolutely nothing, so I don't know. Let me check. Raises 150. Maybe he does have a jack. I can't bluff it. So I've just got a bluff catcher. He did have a jack. Yeah, makes sense. Pocket fives. Nothing. Okay, he still hasn't called or check raise at all, so I think I do have the best hand. Question is, what's he gonna call? Let's do overbet, make it look like bluffing. Raises 120. I kind of do think it's a bluff. No, he had a jack. Okay, I'm calling too much. I gotta fold more, I guess. Fold with nothing. Okay, I've got a pair of 9s, middle pair, 3 spades. I'm gonna see. He calls. Or Ray raises 85. And he had a jack. Okay, this guy's just getting lucky. King 4. Check, whatever. Ooh, 3 4s. Okay, well, if I bet anything, he's just gonna fold, but I gotta bet something. 20. Call. Folds. He even had a 5. Yeah, well, I would have won, so. Okay, top pair. 2 9s. I'm gonna bet. I don't think you have the 9. Maybe you got a better king. Let's see it. Folds, yeah. You didn't have it. 5-3. Raises 100. Well, I got nothing, whatever, I'm folding. Yeah, he had nothing too, but actually had a better nothing. Yeah. I have the queen flush draw. Check. Raise 15. 10 spades. I might even call just to try and get the. Goes 70. No. Yeah, he actually had the flush. Now it wouldn't matter. King. I got the king. Raises 25. I'm gonna re-raise him. I think. I'm actually gonna put them all in. I think I got this one. Folds. He had nothing. Yeah, figured. 6 7. Open end flop straight draw. I'm gonna put a little in the pot. I don't think he has an ace. Yeah. Yeah, a pair of 6s, so he actually had the best hand. And he would have won, but whatever. I should be betting this more. 50. I'm thinking of calling because I think he's got nothing. No, he had a 6, but I think I could have bluffed that out of him. Whatever. Yeah, I'm way down. Raise 15, fold. He just had a 3. He's got nothing, but I got nothing too, so. Well, actually, I had 7 would have beat a 6, but. And he would have cut a 6 on the river, though, but whatever. Ugh, take it. I'm gonna try it. Well, there's nothing. Goes on, whatever. Just hadn't opened it. Well, it would have hit the straight, so whatever. Okay, top pair, 15, 35. I'm gonna call. I got 2 pair. Or 3. Full house. Best hand. I'm gonna try and trap him. And he calls. So 45% chance he checks. 55 he raises some amount. So you just kind of got lucky. I could have trapped him with that strategy. So about 50% of the time people would have tried to steal that. 3-8. Bad hand. Nothing. He had a queen. Most of it was like 90% just check it out. So I don't know. 5-6 suited. Suit does not come up. Ugh. He had a 4. Oops. Alright, pocket kings. So what I got open-ended straight draw. I'm gonna put a little bit in there, see if he folds. Goes all in. And I make the straight. Call.